My name is Macharia. I am the CEO and founder of Tech Africa Data Analytics Center. And we are an EduTech company, so we offer data science training as well as technical courses training. And we are happy to be here. Asanteni sana for welcoming us to Kirinyaga or Kerugoya. Is it the same? Kerugoya is in Kirinyaga, yeah? Yes. Okay, thank you. So we're based in Nairobi, and when I met Martin, it was there are those times when anaitwa nani? John Kabwe alikuwa anasema that entrepreneurship, you have to get it. You have to go get it, right? So you cannot keep on dreaming, just like Sarah alikuwa anasema asubuhi. You cannot keep on dreaming. Dreams are cheap. You know what is expensive? Yeah? Now taking your time to be able to invest in what you are doing, right? And John alisema ati sijui ukipatiwa 1,000, what business can you start? And literally this started from 1,000. Literally. Na hii si motivational talk. It's not a motivational talk. We started from 1,000 Kenya shillings. That's where we started. We paid an ad, we advertised for some few courses, and then we started Tech Africa from there. Okay? So you have to take the next step, and that is why we are here. Somebody else pia amesema hapa hivi. Why do you think you are special in the job market? What makes you different from other people when you wanakuona? Because everybody else is qualified. Leo, there are some people who are graduating. We have over 90 universities in Kenya. And out of those, 56 are public universities. Right? Those are just some statistics. Now, all those campuses, they are graduating thousands and thousands of people every day. So what makes you special is that one extra thing that you've done that somebody else has not done. Okay? So that's what differentiates you from somebody else. So today we are going to be talking about an interesting topic. Professionally, myself, I am a mathematician. I did pure and applied mathematics as my undergrad, and I'm currently pursuing a master's in data science. So I am also a certified data scientist, a practicing data scientist. So if you have anything you want to talk about those lines, I am the guy to talk to. Sawa. Are we together? Sawa. So tutaongea, you have to make sure that everybody is engaged. Sawa. So this is how we are going to conduct the training. I'm going to talk something small about AI, and then we are going to try and find something that we can all do together. Okay? So make sure you have your phone. Make sure you are connected to some internet. We'll request Muhesh here to help us ensure that we have some internet so that everybody anaweza connect to so that we can do something together. Sawa? Are we together? Okay, sawa. So now, if you can move to the next, I don't know if you can see. Can you see? Can you see? Okay, so when we talk of artificial intelligence, people right now, conversations are, Sahi, we are not mining gold anymore, right? We are not mining oil anymore. But what are we mining right now? We are mining something we call data. Okay? And your phone, think of it. How many websites have you interacted with since morning? Yeah? A lot. They say statistically that a human being, a normal human being, interacts with 1 million brands plus in a day. Kwanzia uamke mpaka uende kulala, you have interacted with almost 1 million brands. That is from ile kampuni yenye itengeneza kitanda yako, the sheets, the pillows, the Colgate yenye ulitumia, the toothbrush, okay? So if you are interacting with all those brands, and we are saying that the future is now looking at mining of data. Data is now the new fuel. Si ndio tunasema? And that is what is going to be fueling the future. And who is the best place, or who is the best person to do this? Nani yako in the best position right now? Yeah? It is us, sisi, the young people. We are in the best positions to be able to come up with these artificial intelligence platforms. Okay? We are in the best position right now that we can ever be to be able to make a change in the future, position ourselves for the future, and to also make an impact. So when we talk of artificial intelligence, for the sake of those people, I know most of us tunajua artificial intelligence, we know ChatGPT. That is a drop in the ocean. Right now we have over 1 million AI platforms. And even today there are some AI platforms that have been launched. Okay? So how do we make sure that we position ourselves to that effect? Ya kwanza ni, first of all, understand how does AI work. Okay? And what is it in the first place? So AI is a machine in its making that can learn and perform tasks that normally require human intelligence. What are some of the tasks that require human intelligence? Kama gani? Okay, tuongeleshane. Kama gani? Somebody? What is one thing you think requires human intelligence? Yes? Calculations. Okay, very good. Let's clap for him. At the back. Coding. That's very good. Can't hear you. Sorting. Yeah. Oh, sorting. Yes, sorting. Okay? So, let's take an example. Kitambo, kwa hizi kampuni za jam. Si mnajua jam? Inatengenezwa from tomatoes. Si ndio? So, kitambo, what they used to do is wanaeka watu along the production line, and then these people are going to sort those good tomatoes and bad tomatoes. So, right now, we have artificial intelligence systems that can be able to do that. That is a very good example of some of the systems that are being used to mimic something that would require your brain as a human. So think of AI as an assistant. Okay. So this is something that can help you think faster, write something faster. Basically mimic. If you are to write, somebody would have written anyway. If you were to write an essay of maybe 2 pages, somebody could have written it anyway. But what you do is you use a system that can mimic that and in a faster way. So that is AI. Tumeelewa sisi wote? Yes? Haya. So why does it matter to you? Why does AI matter to you? Anybody? Yes? Accuracy. I hope MC unatuangalilia hawa watu wanajibu maswali. Okay. Umesema accuracy? Why does AI matter to you again? Yes? Yeah? Save time. Good. Somebody else raise their hand. Yes? Efficiency. Very good. At the back, uko? Yeah? Speak up kidogo. Creativity.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, creates job opportunities. Pole, I can't hear you from here. Okay? Yeah? Okay. Yeah? Speak up kidogo. Reduces errors. Okay, very good. Haya, ya mwisho? Yeah? Give solutions. Okay. Now, all those zenye mmesema ni hii to boost your productivity so that you can be able to produce in a better way whatever you're producing, whether it's a service or a product. Si ndio? Yeah. Kama ni hizo nyanya, mtu angekuja sort one by one for 2 weeks for one lorry. Okay? But right now we have systems that can help us do that. Okay? In maybe an hour or 2. Okay? So you see, that is all that zenye tumesema. Now, new opportunities, and then we have global access. Okay? Now, one of the things zenye tutakuwa tunaongelea hapa at the end is how can you now put your skills out there to the globe so that you can be able to maybe perform a task that somebody in the United States or in Australia or in Japan alikuwa anahitaji such a service, and you have that service. Okay? So artificial intelligence puts you on a global position where you can be able to have access to these markets. Okay? What are some of the artificial intelligence platforms that are there? Wengi wetu tunajua hii. Si ndio? There was a statistic that came out, I think earlier this year, that Kenya is number 1 globally. Hey, globally kutumia ChatGPT. What does that tell you? It's about, and you know one thing, let me tell you one thing. So artificial intelligence, just like we've said, it requires to mimic human intelligence. Okay? So how does it mimic human intelligence in the first place? In a mimic aje? It first have to understand how human intelligence works. And that's why we have ChatGPT, we have ChatGPT 2.5, we have Cloud 2.5. Why? Why do we have all those versions? It's because all these versions are improvements based on what you have asked this artificial intelligence. Okay? So based on that, we can be able to make sure that inakujibu in a good way and in a much faster way. Sindio? Haya. Then we have Cloud, we have Gemini. So these are just like they major mostly on text. Okay? So you are writing partners. These are some of them. I've said we have over 1 million artificial intelligence platforms, but they have different purposes, and you can also create yours. Okay? So I'm looking at a room full of young people who can, I'm hoping that one day you guys can come and create an artificial intelligence platform. Okay? To the next. Okay. So I don't know kama you guys have seen, nowadays adverts zimeacha kukua, kuna some kind of way adverts zimechange. Even on your TV, those ads zenye ziko kwa barabara, they have changed, right? Because most of them wanatumia AI generate these images. Right now, it's very hard for somebody to come and say, this picture is a picture of me. Yeah? It's hard for you to defend such an allegation. Ati mtu akisema they used your picture without your consent. Right? That's because nowadays there is power. Even if I put your photo there, it's going to mimic something and draw something. Okay? Nowadays presentations you don't need to sit there and create presentations for 2 days. You just need to have an idea, and then you can be able to use such examples to be able to create stunning visuals. Okay? Alright, to the next. Now we have I've just gotten a list of different AI that we can use for different purposes. Number 1, we have posters and design. You can use Canva, you can use Adobe Express, PictoChat. There are so many under this category. I think most of the AI are now going into image generation. Google just launched VO3, which is now creating videos, creating images, right? And tuko na video creation. So we have apps like Benime, we have CapCut, we have Runway. Nowadays, because kitambo, even like colleges, the normal colleges were built in such a way that you are going to college to learn about maybe designing, right? So right now, we have apps that can help you design better, right? We have this artificial intelligence that can help you design better. So now what do we do? Now that we have these apps that are coming up. If you are learning videography, if you are learning photography, what do? Yeah? You go to that school, you learn something, and then using the knowledge that you have, you can use now the AI to boost your productivity. If you could have edited a video in 2 days, use these AI platforms to edit that video in 1 day, right? That way you can be able to make a lot of more money than you could have made if you didn't use that, right? So I'm not saying you overly depend on artificial intelligence, because that's another thing. The bad side about artificial intelligence is over-reliance. Because why do you think Kenya became number one in using ChatGPT? Because everything, kila mtu anakimbia, hey, ChatGPT, how do I move from Kiriagoya to Nairobi? ChatGPT, how do I cook this? How do I cook eggs? I am sure if ChatGPT today decided to go to a pastor and give confession, oh my, oh my. You guys are giving ChatGPT crazy confessions and requesting ChatGPT to give you maybe solutions. And I'm not saying it's bad. If that's the safe way, you do it, all right? If you feel safer to confess to ChatGPT. But remember, this is an artificial intelligence system, okay? So always counter check. Always make sure that your data is not being leaked. Always make sure that the data that you're giving to this artificial intelligence is not being leaked to other companies. Right now we have a suit to, I think, Google, because they sold some data to some people, and they have been fighting for this case for long. And Google has just been handed a penalty to pay all those people who are involved, right? That's because where did it get your data in the first place? You fed it to it, right? You fed your data into the Google search engines. You fed your data into those AI, and if it gets leaked, you start complaining. So what I'm saying is, be cautious while you're using this. Ensure that you're using it for the right purposes. So, are we together? Okay. Now we talk about vibe coding. How many people know what vibe coding is in this room? Yes, sir.
You just explain what you want to code in just plain language, like without actually needing to know how to code. And yeah.
Okay. Thank you. He has explained it so well. Vibe coding is being able to explain to an artificial intelligence platform about an idea that you have without you having to explicitly know how to code. Okay? So now, kuna wale developers, walikuwa wanaitwa developers, they could write 100,000 lines of code in a day, or for a certain application. Right now, we have vibe coding, very good ones, that can be able to do that even if you don't know anything about coding. Okay? So now, let's look at that landscape. Where does it put us as people who want to pursue courses in tech? Okay? Where does it put us? Does it mean that now those people are going to be rendered useless? Yeah? Does it mean that? No. Because we have said that these things, they are supposed to boost your productivity. Okay? They are supposed to make sure that whatever you are to do in 2-3 weeks, if it's a code that you needed to change, you don't need to take 3 weeks to change a button, the color of a button on an application. Yeah? So now you can be able to do that in seconds, and then you can be able to have a working concept. So just like I said, on the flip side of artificial intelligence, there lies a danger of over-reliance. Now you start thinking, okay, now I can code myself, and I can code a whole application on myself. All right? But what risk does that pose? Because, as we said again when we were starting, artificial intelligence is an application that is mimicking your human intelligence. Sindio? And humans forget. Sindio? So as you are coding, you might forget to close some links. And then you start leaking data. And data leaks means lawsuits. Sindio? If you leak people's data, you are going to get sued. And then you are going to get penalties. Okay? So that's your concept here, artificial intelligence, and how we use it. It has two sides, like a coin. Okay? So there is a good side, boosting productivity. There's a bad side, there is that risk of leaking data to people. Okay? Hi. So that's voice coding. We have voice and audio. Sijui kama imefika huko Kerogoya. There is an outbreak of podcasts. Have you guys noticed? Everybody is now starting a podcast. Even those people when you walikuwa initially known as content creators. Yeah? Ukitrend kidogo, tukikuona kwa TV, ukifanya maajabu. Okay, I don't want to say that, but anyway, nowadays there is different artificial intelligence tools that you can use to come up with podcasts, and on the flip side, it's also a good opportunity for you, right? You just have to have an idea of a podcast that you want to start and how you want it to run. Then once you start, you can use artificial intelligence to produce content. They're very good content actually. If you look at, I'm sure each generation yote hapa hivi, except a few probably, wanatumia TikTok on a daily basis. Sindio? Siniwasewa TikTok. Yeah? So, what I'm saying is, you will find very good content from people who have well thought of the processes that are required and how they want to use this AI to create these visuals. So I'm not saying it's bad, I'm just saying you be cautious of how you're using them. Now we talk about code assistance. Now, I think it was last week, Google launched an enterprise grade, an enterprise artificial intelligence assistant. So what does that mean? It means that now you can put your whole organization on an AI and you can be able to ask AI anything about that organization. Okay? So if you're having a company, you can have a company with a social media manager, a HR manager. Ovra talked about ATS systems. They have coding agents that can be able to integrate with ATS systems, be able to recruit for you if you need any recruits. Yeah, we have even Tech Africa. We have a platform that we are building that has an AI tutor, a tutor that can be able to understand you from a student level, everything about you, your school fees, your studies, where you've gotten, how you're doing, your psychometric profile. It can be able to understand you just like Madam. Wale teacher wenye tukiwa primary walikuwa very notable. Wenye walikuwa wanaitwa nani? Wetu walikuwa Mr. Mwangi. Very notable teachers. I don't want to say naughty. I want to say notable. Wenye walikuwa wanaitwa nani? You have ulisoma primary mahali, si ndio? What was the name of your most notable teacher?
Mrs. Mwangi.
Mrs. Mwangi. Kwani watu walikuwa wanaitwa Mwangi? Ama there's an issue with the name. What was yours? Teacher Hassan. I know you have those teachers. So that is just an idea of how you can use these coding agents to be able to build different products. Then we have presentations. So we have different, nowadays you don't need to use, spend the whole day thinking about a presentation you want to make tomorrow to your board, to your managers, and everything, yeah? Just use some of this AI, give them an idea, then counter check and edit where you need to edit. So, okay, let's go. Okay, so now, this is where I was saying, now we are going to interact, okay? So we have, we've just talked about visuals, creating visuals, and how you can use AI to boost productivity. And one of the ways that you can boost productivity and create an opportunity is by having an idea and putting that idea to work. So what we are going to do is we are going to demonstrate something live here. We are going to do something. We are going to show you how you can use your own phone to create a visual, and then you can continue editing later on, and then you can even sell it. So now, as we are talking about AI, I'm sure you've seen sometimes you put something on AI and it doesn't give you the right answer or the answer that you're looking for. Sindio? That's because artificial intelligence has something called AI hallucination. So AI now can hallucinate, okay? Inajiambia vitu zake, okay? So how can you improve how you get your results from this AI, okay? So one, you have to have a strong prompt, okay? Because the thing is, watu wanaendanga kwa AI alafu wanaiambia I want a file ama I want a composition. Even you ungeambiwa na mtu I want a composition, what would you tell them? Hata wewe, which kind of a composition? Sindio? Ama somebody comes and tells you I want an image of a man. Is that descriptive enough? It's not. Sindio? You need to describe what kind of an image you need. What does this man look like from your head? Is he white? Is he black? Is he thin or amekula? Okay? Is he bearded or not? Does he have long hair or not? So you need to give those the best prompts to your AI. So number one, so here are some power tips. Number one, you have to be very specific. Okay? If you need the best results from AI, you have to be very specific. Number two, give examples. Okay? Give examples that you feel apply to that artificial intelligence prompt. Number three is now refine that prompt so that it can have the best qualities of results that you need. Okay? You don't just go get a composition and then pick it mbio kwa podo ya shule. Okay? You have to refine your results. Then you have something very important. You have to assign a role. Okay? So when you're prompting, you have to give context to AI. Okay? You tell it acting as blah blah blah. Okay? Acting as an engineer, acting as a financial analyst, acting as a designer. Do this and that. Okay? So that's how you ask questions from AI. Don't just go tell it, I want a CV. I'll refine this CV. Okay? You tell it, acting as a recruiter, please help me to refine this CV, and then you give examples. Okay? So okay. So there is a framework that we use in artificial intelligence. The framework is called CLEAR. Clear framework. So clear, number one, you start with the context. Okay? So when you're prompting AI, you have to start with the context. You give AI a background about what you want to get. Okay? It has to understand your situation. Alright? Then, number two, you give it the length. Okay? What if you want, say, for example, an essay? I will need 2 pages in less than 200 words in Evo. Okay? Tunaelewana? Are you sleeping? Okay. Number three, that is on E. You have to give it examples. You give it an example. Say, for example, hata hiyo nimewambia example. For example, then you give that example. So, then you have to give it the audience. Who is going to read this? Okay? You can say it's going to be read by so and so and so and so. Okay? So you have given it what audience you are addressing for this particular prompt. And then, as I said, the role. So you give it the role. You tell it acting as an engineer, as a lawyer, acting as a senior. You give it a role so that it can be able to give you the correct prompt. So an example is, I'm a marketing manager at a tech startup in Nairobi. Okay? And then you continue. So that's how you give the role. Okay? Then you say, write 300 words or give me 5-10 bullet points about this. Okay? Then you say, write in the style of, or you can say, if you are writing an academic paper, there is Harvard, there is APA style, there is all those styles. Sindio? Tuliongea about opportunities. Sindio? And some of the opportunities that we are going to find out there, right now, writing imeenda chini because AI is here. Sindio? They can be able to do that on their own. But we still have some people who want proofreading. We still have some people who want writing. Sindio? Hawana hiyo time ya hata ya kuenda huko kwa hiyo AI kuiambia iandike. Sindio? So you can use AI to do writing. Okay? Then you give it the audience. This is for university students or for my manager, for if you're writing an email. Because I think everybody now is writing emails using ChatGPT. Sindio? Okay. I'm still waiting for the guy. Okay, let's continue. So remember to use the clear method. So now we have several digital or global clients, and one of the things that we are going to be talking about kwanza is Ujuzi Space. Okay? So what we are creating at Ujuzi Space is somewhere you can be able to get these gigs, get these jobs. Okay? So hiyo ni ya kwanza. Number two, we have sites like Upwork. Okay? We have Upwork, we have Fiverr, we have Freelancers. Overall, aliongea something about your professional profile. But what if you're not working on a professional job? What if you're a mechanic? Yeah? How do you showcase you worked on this model, you worked on this particular car? Yeah? Because the thing is, kuna hii kitabu nimesoma inaongeanga about the rat race. Do you know what the rat race is? So, rat race ni ile system wazazi wetu wali grow up nayo. Si ndio? Waliambiwa usome, uende shule, umalize shule, upate kazi, kupata kazi, uende upate kwako, ukipata kwako, upate gari, ukipata gari, uoe, kioa. And the order doesn't matter. You can start with kuoa, then usome, as long as umeingia, si ndio? That is how our parents were taught. And we don't blame them. At their time, they didn't have such opportunities. Sindio? Myself, let me give you an example of myself. Okay? I've never been to a physical office in my life. Yeah? I'm one of those guys mwenye anaweza kaa kwa nyumba for 2-3 days. Yeah? Natoka tu kwa sababu I want to maybe sunbath or something. Yeah? Ama naenda mahali. That is the only time that natoka. So, vile nasema, rat race. Generation yetu sasa imeanza kukataa mambo ya rat race. Tumeanza kukataa mambo ya kwenda shule, kufanya hivi, mpaka upate job, upate pesa, upate gari, blah blah blah. Sindio? Right now, we want, as long as you have an idea, you have an active mind, you have a functioning brain. Yeah? You can be able to go and do something for your life. Sindio? Some of these things don't even require you to be having certifications. Okay? You can be informal, you can be just know something. Okay? Have a functioning brain. So that's why we have Fiverr, we have Upwork, we have freelancer. Okay? And this is very good for beginners. There is some very good opportunities for you to be able to start a career, start earning while you are at home. And some of these things are things that you can do on your smartphone. Sindio? You don't need a laptop, you don't need a desk, you don't need fare, you just need internet. Sindio? And that is something cheap. Unaweza nunua hata data ya 20 bob, 30 bob. Sindio? Those are some of the things. I think this one already overall kwa sha touch. Sindio? Si tushaelewa how to build a profile, a professional profile. There's no need for us to repeat that. Sindio? Everybody alielewa that you need several things to be able to have a professional profile. And it doesn't matter. The thing is, people wamekuwa wakifikiria about working formally. Formal work.
Take a screenshot of this.
Yeah?
You may need it.
Formal work. Lakini we are way past that. We are way past formal work. Even if you are a mechanic, you can be able to take those skills and build your own profile. Okay? And now, tunaongea about AI. Why don't you use AI to build your profile and then use that profile to pitch your job to other clients? Sindio? Unaenda unawaambia mimi ni mechanic. Ndio hizi gari zangu. Ama do we have interior designers? Ama people who feel they can design a house very well. Yeah? Hao watu wanawaka na gypsum. Go take some snippets. Eka kwa website. Okay? Ukishaweka kwa website, enda waambia client, ndio website yangu, ndio portfolio yangu. Enda uangalie nyumba gani itakufurahisha hapo, uniambie design. Is that a work opportunity or not? It is, si ndio? Si lazima ati ukue umemaliza form 4 ndio ujue kufunga gypsum, si ndio? Those are some of the things that you can even learn from apprenticeship. Unaweza enda upatane na mtu fundi fulani wa mbao akufunze how gypsum is inafungwa, and then after you do that, wewe uende utengeneze. You know wewe mimi ni Gen Z, si ndio? I have to find my own clients. How do I find them better? Put them on a link, and uweke an advertisement on Instagram. People can contact you through your website. Si ndio? You get jobs from all over the world. That is an opportunity. Si ndio? And you just use AI. And hauko hata unajua code. Yeah? So that is an opportunity. Now, payment methods. Hii ni something else. Because once you start working, now you need to be paid. Sindio? Some of these platforms huwa zikubali M-Pesa. Okay? So what you do is go and create an account with all these things. Okay? Create an account. And then just have it. PayPal is very important for overseas jobs. Okay? So if you are getting paid from by people from overseas, create these accounts. So, and there are some that even kama hii kuna direct has low fees, best exchange, you can You can just move money from your wallet to your M-Pesa. Done. Si ndio? Na umeanza kutumia pesa yako. Okay? Let's go. So, hii ni mingi sana. Just take a screenshot, alafu niseme haraka. Okay? So, there are different rates. Okay? So, it is important that when you are looking for these job opportunities, you look at the best rates. Si ndio? Unajua mambo ya dollar conversions, know which one is the best and which one you have the best skill in. Si ndio? Even with this, you can be able to like sasa ukitoka hapa hivi unaweza enda usome something to do with these ones. Okay? So do something. Angalia ile inakaa mzuri kama wewe ni graphic designer. Okay? Get the ones that have the best rates. Twende. Okay? So take action. I think that one already tumeongea about Ujuzi Space. Tumesema register yourself on Ujuzi Space. Secondly, if you want to learn more, we can organize with Mr. Chomba how you guys are going to learn maybe for the next 2 or 3 weeks. There's a link, there's a QR code on those pamphlets that you can ask. There's a link, you register your details there, and then you get to learn the different things that you want. So now there is this QR code here. You can scan. Nimeongea about rat race, si ndio? So these are linked to rat race rebellion, and rat race rebellion inamaanisha get away from hizo formal jobs, si ndio? So this is something that you can actually start doing today. You will see kama unataka kukua mtu wa online jobs, there are so many here and they'll get posted with rates on a daily basis. Okay? So tunaanza leo. Scan leo as we start. Okay? So scan the QR code, browse the jobs. I know Elliot is going to come and talk to you about online scams and how you're going to know which one is scam and which one is not. But the jobs that are here, they are very genuine. Scan them, anza leo. Sindio? Start tomorrow. You have your phone. You can become somebody even starting from tomorrow.